Nobody tells you this. Becoming your true self will feel lonely at first. Most people will never understand what you're doing. They won't get why you stopped answering calls at 11 p.m., why you deleted the dating apps, why you don't show up at the bar every Friday anymore, why you'd rather sit in your room, alone, than pretend you care about conversations that drain you. They'll think you're isolating yourself. They'll call you distant, selfish, arrogant, detached. But the truth is simpler and far more uncomfortable. You are transforming, and transformation is always lonely at first. We all say we want to grow. We all say we want to evolve. But almost nobody talks about the price of evolution. It's not just effort. It's not just discipline. It's not just sacrifice. It's loneliness. When you start shedding the version of yourself that needed validation, when you stop performing to belong, when you stop saying yes to keep other people comfortable, you discover something. Most of your connections were never built on who you really are. They were built on who you pretended to be, the agreeable one, the available one, the entertaining one, the one who always texted first, who always showed up, who always played the role. And when you stop playing that role, the phone stops buzzing, the invites slow down, the attention shifts elsewhere. It feels personal. It feels like rejection. It feels like proof that maybe you really aren't worthy. But it isn't. It's just clarity. It's just the universe reorganizing your life around who you actually are instead of who you were pretending to be. Nobody tells you how confronting it is to sit alone in the quiet after years of noise. Years of numbing yourself with attention, casual sex, substances, scrolling. Suddenly, it's just you. No distractions, no easy dopamine hits. Just the raw truth of your own mind and heart. This is the loneliness of transformation. It's the moment you realize, I don't want to live on autopilot anymore. I don't want to spend my life in shallow loops with people who don't see me. I don't want to keep proving my worth to people who wouldn't notice if I disappeared. And once you taste this clarity, you can't go back. There will be days it feels like a mistake. You'll watch other people laughing and belonging and think, maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe I should just go back to how I was. But you won't, because the moment you decide to wake up, pretending starts to taste like poison. The loneliness isn't a punishment. It's proof you are healing. It's space clearing. It's the cocoon phase before you emerge as something you haven't even seen yet. You have to understand this. Old environments can't hold a new version of you. When you start to evolve, you outgrow the rooms you once fit in effortlessly. You outgrow the conversations that used to distract you. You outgrow the relationships that were built on your self-abandonment, and it feels like loss. Because in some ways it is, but it's also liberation. Most people will never experience this because they'll never risk losing their comfort. They'll keep the same patterns, the same dynamics, the same distractions, because it feels safer to be known, even if you're only known as a watered-down version of yourself. But you chose something harder. You chose honesty over belonging. You chose depth over distraction. You chose to find out who you really are without the noise. Yes, it's lonely, but it's the most sacred loneliness you will ever experience, because it means you are finally coming home to yourself. Think about it. What if the loneliness isn't a sign you're broken? What if it's proof you're no longer willing to abandon yourself to feel connected? That's not failure. That's integrity. And here's what happens if you stay with it long enough. The right people start to find you. People who don't need you to perform. People who respect your boundaries because they have their own. People who are also committed to growth, to truth, to presence. But you can't meet them if you're still tangled in old loops. You can't find them if you're still pretending. You have to clear the space first. You have to stand alone long enough to remember your own value. So, if you're in this season right now, feeling the emptiness, the disconnection, the doubt, hear this. This is not the end. This is the in-between. The chrysalis phase before the wings form. You are not broken. You are not failing. You are not behind. You are transforming. Most people will never get here because they don't want to pay the price. They don't want to feel the void. They'd rather stay numb. But you are different. You are awake. You are willing to feel the discomfort because you know what's waiting on the other side. It will get easier. It won't always feel this raw. Over time, you will stabilize in your new self. You will build a life that fits who you actually are. You will attract connections that don't require you to shrink. And you will look back on this season and realize this was the moment everything started to change. Because you didn't run from the loneliness. You let it teach you. You let it clear you. You let it show you the parts of yourself that were ready to be reclaimed. And that is why it's worth it. If this message resonated with you, it's time to reclaim your energy. Become the man who no longer chases, because he doesn't have to. If you're ready to think sharper, feel deeper, and move with power, subscribe to the channel. We don't chase here, we become. Welcome to the Quiet Edge.